Hi, it's Juna, and in today's video, I'm challenging myself to edit every day for 7 days to 1. Brush up on my skill, and 2. Learn a new editing software. In this case, I chose DaVinci Resolve because I've heard many good things about it, and it's free. Day 1. I'll give you a quick breakdown on what I did on day 1 because I don't have a recording of what I did. I only thought of making this whole challenge video after I make the edit on day 1. But before we go to the breakdown session, here are some rules for this challenge. I have approximately 2 hours per day to edit, and because I also want to improve my skill, I will have to learn something new or try something new every day during this challenge. Last but not least, I have to use the same clips and audio, so it's easier to observe my progress based on how much I can make changes to the same base. So with that in mind, let's head to the breakdown session. For the first clip, I added some keyframes to keep the character's face in the center. For the rest of the clips, I added keyframes to create a zoom in and zoom out effect. I also used the keyframes to make it slightly tilt while zooming in and out to create a more dynamic movement. Then I added a white image and cropped it in half to create this transition. And I finished it off with some color correction, and here's the result. I think that turned out pretty good. Also, by the end of the video, I will be posting all 7 edits to see which edit is the best. So do look forward to that. Now, let's move on to see what I did on day 2. Day 2. Today's edit is pretty similar to day 1, but the way that I added it is quite different. At first, my plan for day 2 was adding text, speed ramp, and also add some transitions. But things didn't really go as planned. I started by doing some speed ramping, but because I was new to the software, I didn't know where all the functions are. Well, long story short, I spent about an hour trying to figure out how to do the speed ramping, but within that time span, I still don't have it figured out, so I decided to move on due to time limits. The next thing I did was adding text. I wanted to add some motion to the text, but I wasn't sure if I wanted the text motion to be like this, or like this, or like this. And after I play around with the motion, I ended up going with this style of motion. I also added a fade in at the start of the video and a shake transition between the first and second clip to make the contrast more drastic. And this is what my edit on day 2 looks like. It is very similar to yesterday's edit, but what I edited differently was the way that I zoom in and zoom out for these clips, which is also what I learned from today's challenge. It's the adjustment clip function which allows you to adjust multiple clips at once. I didn't know about this function yesterday, so I ended up keyframing each clip individually, which was very time consuming. However, I think the first edit looks better in terms of the zoom in and zoom out movement because I have more control over the adjustment for each individual clip. But overall, I think the function is a very practical and convenient function that can save up a lot of time. Day 3. For day 3, I finally learned how to do the speed ramping properly, and I'm really satisfied with how it turned out. After I speed ramped all the clip, I decided to move on to the text. To be honest, I don't really like the text from yesterday because I feel like it doesn't really blend with the edit. So for today, I decided to use a different font and change the text motion. I also color graded the edit, and while I was editing, I really liked how the color turned out. But now that I look at it, I think it's a bit too blue. It's not bad, but it could be less blue. And what I learned today is how to do speed ramp. I actually got really good at it because I had to do it multiple times. I also added transitions to the clips, which made me learn another thing. Transitions cannot be applied to clips that have no, spare frames? Sorry, I don't know the terminology for it, but basically if the first clip is already at its last frame and the second clip start with the first frame, you cannot put a transition between those 2 clips. Well, in this case, all these clips are fusion clips. That means it starts with the first frame and end with the last. So there's no frames left for a transition. So what I did was I put markers on the beat and then I compounded all those clips together. Then I recut it to the beat and then I can add my transition. Day day 4. It's day 4 and I'm still not happy with the text yet.
It still doesn't feel right to me.
So again, I tried another style, which was very heavily inspired by this edit. I thought it looked really cool and wanted to recreate that, and this is how it turned out. And as per the rules, I have to learn something new or try something new. My transitions for the previous edits have been pretty basic, and I want to improve on that today. Normally, I would avoid putting in a lot of different kind of transitions because I'm not good at it and I don't want it to end up looking messy. But I won't learn if I don't try, right? So I decided to put a lot of transitions today. And surprisingly, it turned out pretty great. So here's the edit for day 4. It actually turned out a lot better than I expected. I like it. Thumbs up. Day 5. I want to try something different today. So I have been seeing those cutout transitions on TikTok and it's really cool, so I want to try that out. At first I tried to cut out the whole character from the background. Then I tried only the eye shape, and then I also tried like a 3 shape cutout. But I ended up deleting that because I feel like it doesn't suit this edit. Also, some of the clips that I used are close-up shots, which means the character takes up almost all of the screen. So we can't really see the transition if I cut out all the character. Like even if you see the transition, it doesn't have much impact. So I decided to do an eye cutout shape for the close-up shot. And after I cut out all the clips, I decided to put some keyframes to make some movement. And then I added a shake effect at the beginning of each clip just to have that extra impact. So here's the result for day 5. I had a lot of fun making this edit. I actually really like exploring different editing styles because it's so fun and it's so refreshing to try something new, and you learn a lot from it. And it also helps with stuff like editor burnout, is that what you call it? Or like editor block. So yeah, that's a wrap for day 5. Day 6. Today's edit is the coolest one so far, and I don't think I can top this. So for today, I added an audio to add more impact to the edit and also make it more interesting.
Also, because I got bored from hearing the same audio over and over.
For the audio, I chose one of the characters' iconic line. Oh, by the way, the show is called Pursuit of Jade, and this is the female lead. And so far, it's really good. Okay, back to editing. I also added a few very quick shots, and it turned out to be something like this. I'm not sure what it's called, but that is the most creative thing that I've done in a while, and I'm so proud of it. And I think it really highlights the contrast between the cute side and the cool side of the character. Another thing is I watched a tutorial today, and then I followed it step by step and got this really cool aggressive shake effect. And as a result, today's edit turned out to be this. Isn't it cool? I think that's so cool. One thing that I learned today is that fusion is not that scary. It just feels like stacking up layers but horizontally. I'm sure it's a bit or a lot, but I'm sure it's more complex than that, and I really should try and learn fusion seriously because apparently it's a very powerful function, and I can see that. But it seems so complicated. Day 7. Welcome to the last day of this challenge. I'm stressed. Like, I know I shouldn't aim for perfection because nothing's perfect, obviously, but there's a part of me that wants to wrap this video up on a satisfactory note, like a linear learning process that is always going up, always improving. But that's not realistic at all, and I know that, but I can't help with some pressure. So I tried using all the things that I learned for the past 6 days, like keyframe animation, text motion, speed ramp, transitions, and audio. I did include all those 5 elements into today's edit, but I couldn't really include the cutout transition that I learned on day 5. So I created like a draft for day 7, and for the draft I kinda have a vision in mind. Like I want to make the character really stand out and the background will be blurry. What I had in mind specifically was the radical blur effect, and that radical blur is supposed to really complement the character. That's the vision that I have, but I couldn't execute it because, skill issue and also time limit. Well, even if there's no time limit, I would have moved on anyways because I was feeling stuck. I was frustrated. And yeah, this is what the draft looks like. And this is what the final edit of this challenge looks like. Day 7's edit. I think it's pretty cool, but honestly, I feel like the audio that I used today is different from yesterday audio. I feel like this audio is more suited for a general transformation, but as per the rule, I can't change the clips, and that's okay. It still turned out pretty great. What I learned today is that I shouldn't aim for perfection because I think it kind of ruins it. Like for today's edit, I felt a bit obligated to make the edit the way it is, so I didn't really get to enjoy the process. So yeah, the moral of the story is to just create. Don't try to aim for perfection because what you create is perfect as it is. Wow, such wise words. But I really do think that the result turned out pretty good, so I guess it was worth the stress. Okay, now I will post all 7 edits. I'll post one every 3 hours because I think if I post it all at once, it will probably be marked as spam and it won't get pushed out. Now we just have to wait for a week and see how well each videos will perform. It's been about 10 days now, and as you can see, day 1 got the most view. It got 3.1k views. That's a lot. I didn't expect it to do this well. I was expecting something around 200, 300 views. You know how I said that I was worried that it would mark as spam and then it won't get pushed out? Well, for the first day, the only video that got pushed out was day 1. The other videos didn't get pushed out at all. It only got pushed out on day 3 or day 2. Like as you can see how it kind of like peak on day 3. Yeah, like if I go to individual clips like on day 2, the first 2 days is like very flat. Same thing for day 3, flat, and the other edits as well. And then it starts to get traction on around day 3, and that's good. That's good. Okay, now let's see which one performs the best. I made this graph. I put the views, the likes. This one, it basically means that around 4% of the people that watch this video likes this video. As you can see, the one that got the most likes percentage is day 3, but the one that got the most average view duration is day 5. These two performs the best. But I checked my channel, and for day 3, I got 2 subscribers, and for day 5, I didn't get any subscribers from that edit despite the higher views. So I will say that day 3 is the best edit, like performs the best. If you ask me what my personal favorite is, it's day 7. And someone commented on day 7 and they said, bro, you cooked this edit, this needs more views. I appreciate that, thank you. Oh, I commented the exact same thing. And day 7, someone also commented finals about her and not him only. I think they meant like, oh, finally there's an edit about her and not just the male lead. I don't know, I've seen a lot of edits on this character. I like her more than the male lead. I love her. Alright, now that the challenge has come to an end, let's answer some questions. Did I achieve my goals? Yes, I did. I definitely learned a lot of functions in DaVinci Resolve, as well as get the opportunity to try many editing styles. Like, this might not be a super glow-up editing journey, but I think it was a very effective way for me to brush up on my skills. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe also learned something from it. If you have any tips or advice, please let me know in the comment. I would really appreciate that. Alright, thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye!